Good morning, good afternoon or good evening everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and to another installment in the N-scale railroad build in my new workshop. In episode 19 I started work on the upper level backdrops, getting all the framing for them done. In this installment I will get all the panels installed, and in episode 21 I will do all the fascia. I wasn't sure quite how to break these videos up. It was way too long for one. I could have done it in two, but then I'd had one long one and one short one. I ended up with three short ones instead. Sometimes I find it difficult to get the installments the length I want them, so I just concentrate on making the breaks at appropriate points, and I hope I've done that. So anyway, without further distraction, let's get on with the show. I think the first piece of backdrop I'm going to start with is the one where that narrow strip is clamped on the far side of that corner. So let me go away, get organised, and I will be right back. Well, I have installed three pieces of backdrop. By jumping around doing non-consecutive pieces, I can get a much higher proportion of it clamped instead of screwed, which means there are fewer holes to fill later. The piece that goes in here has also been cut to shape. Here it is on my workbench, with the three notches for the raised ribs. That will be installed tomorrow morning, and I will also continue doing several other pieces. I don't know how far I'll get, but don't go away. I'll check in with you tomorrow. So far this morning, I have removed all the clamps and the temporary screws, got rid of most of the excess masking tape, and I have installed this first piece at the end. It's cut back about an inch from the framing because that makes it a lot easier for the client to install the next piece. He just overlaps it. I still have to attach another piece at the back below that one where the river valley goes in because it will be lower. But it would have taken a lot longer to cut it all in one piece than it is to just splice in a piece and spackle the joint. So that's why I elected to do it in two pieces instead. Not quite sure where I'm going to go next. Let me go away and figure out where to continue, and I'll be right back. Well, I continued with this piece of backdrop in the corner in front of the helix, and I got the remaining framing in for the curved sections. There are 5 sticks on the curves, 2 there, and then 3 more on this corner that need to be there to keep the two halves of the backdrop the right distance apart. And then I have finished the backdrop around the front, or rather, should I say, I've finished the front of the backdrop all the way to the end. And I have done one piece of fascia. And that is about all the clamps I have. So I guess it doesn't matter how many clamps I buy, I will always run out. Anyway, I'm going to go in for lunch now, and I'm going to come back out afterwards and continue. Don't go away. Well, I've just come back out again after a good long lunch break, and I have recycled most of the clamps. Note how it's not necessarily the clamps that were put on most recently that I've taken off. Some of those I put on just before lunch were at this end, but it's on a straight panel where there's no load, so that glue is plenty hard enough to remove them. Mostly where I've left the clamps in place is on the sharp curves, especially at this end. I'm not going to take any of those off until at least the end of today, maybe even tomorrow, because that is one curve that could easily spring out if I remove them too early. Anyway, my next port of call is going to be this piece on the inside of this curve, the one where the narrow strip is clamped along the top just to get the right length. So let me get that cut to size and installed, and I will be right back. Don't go away. Well, that is 2 more pieces of backdrop installed, and I have 2 more to go. One around this curve and then the straight piece at the end. I have already got the blanks cut, and I've got this curve cut to the right length. So I need to put some more masking tape so I don't stick it where it's not supposed to go, and then I can continue. Don't go away. Well, that is all the backdrops installed, and I still have a couple of hours left this afternoon, so I'm going to get on with some more fascia. Don't go away. I'll check in with you later. Well, that's all for this episode. Hope you enjoyed the show and found it useful, and I hope to see you back next time, where I will get all the fascia finished. So until then, thanks for watching, and bye for now.